Greetings to everyone on the waves of an international TV radio Thousand Friends. Today I, Bazunov Mihайло, the student of 9th C grade from the Lyceum School of Liberal Arts, am standing at the microphone with you, and the theme of my speech is the comparison of British and Irish English dialects. English is one of the most widely spoken languages in the world today. According to various estimates, it's spoken by over 20% of the planet's population. This status is no accident. Its spread is directly linked to the history of British Empire, which for centuries controlled vast territories in Europe, America, Africa, Asia, and Australia. When English reached new regions, it began to develop in new environments, interacting with local languages and cultures. This is why over time different varieties and dialects of English emerged. Today I will compare British and Irish English in detail, which, despite their geographical proximity, has significant differences. Actually, by what parameters are dialects compared? Any dialect can be compared by three main parameters: pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. Let's look at each of these separately. British English pronunciation. Received pronunciation, or RP, is considered the standard British pronunciation. This is the so-called classical British accent, often used in education, television, and formal speech. The key features of RP are: the R sound is silent when following a vowel, the A sound is often pronounced as A rather than A, and the H sound is always pronounced clearly. And then comes vocabulary. Modern English is the result of centuries of linguistic interaction. British English contains loanwords from various languages: Latin, scientific, medical, and legal terms; French, cooking, fashion, titles; Old Norse, basic everyday words; and Greek, philosophy, medicine, religion. Additionally, British English has its own words that differ from other variants: biscuit, flat, lorry, crisps, chips, tube, and so many others. And British English is also particularly rich in idioms. For example, not my cup of tea, it's I don't like it. A doddle means very easy, gobsmacked, very surprised, chew the fat, to chatter aimlessly, and to beat around the bush to avoid the topic of conversation. And then comes the grammar. British English has several characteristic grammatical features. Collective nouns can be used in both the singular and plural forms. Instead of don't need to, you can use needn't. The verbs to learn, to dream, to burn, to lean are irregular. In the future tense, the use of shall with I and we is mandatory, and verbs ending with is in pronunciation are often written with the ending ise in the written form. Then comes Irish English pronunciation. Irish English is easy to recognize by ear. It sounds softer, smoother, and more melodic than British English. For example, the TH sound is often pronounced as a D or T. Vowels are softer, the R sound is pronounced clearly, and consonants may be dropped at the beginning of words. These features are related to the phonetics of the Celtic language. Then vocabulary. In Irish English, many common words may have different meanings. For example, now it's please, cat, terrible, thick, evil, dear, expensive, and story can actually mean news. And as every language and every dialect, Irish English has its own idioms. Here is a small list of them. For example, a hot potato, an issue which many people are talking about and which is usually disputed. Acting the maggot, it's someone is making fool out of himself. Effing and blinding, a person who uses curse words. And bad dose is absolute pain. When we are talking about grammar, we can say that Irish English grammar is less strict. For example, in the sentence we can use the order verb, subject, object, like so I lightning. We don't have to use to between verbs. I'm trying to predict the weather. When we asking someone or something about something, we don't have to use do in the beginning, like you go to the gym today. And we can use for daily routine construction do be, like I do be doing my homework every day. Today I have been speaking about some features and exclusive of British and Irish English dialects. Both are rich on some vocabulary and idioms, both have interesting pronunciation and grammar. I guess for those who like traditions, British English will be very interesting. But if you like melodic pronunciation and free sentence structure building, you can try to learn Irish English. But surely I can say that both of them are very good for usage. Thanks for your attention. Today I, Bazunov Mihайло, was standing at the microphone with you. Goodbye and good luck. But if you want to read about this question more, just scan this QR code on the screen.